Hello, what is up guys? I'm here today, back with another Black Desert video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the most recent patch that came to Black Desert on September 7th of 2022, going over all the important updates and events, that way you don't miss a thing. This patch doesn't bring a ton, but what it brings is pretty cool. And yeah, quickly before we get into it, if you're new to my channel, new to Black Desert, or you have been watching videos on this channel and still have not subscribed yet, please consider it. It helps to grow my channel, you stay up to date with new content, and we both win. And without further ado, let's get into it and start off with the events like we do every single week. And our first event is the continuation of the upgrading event that we had a little while back. If you don't remember how this event works, basically in your challenges menu, which is the Y key on the keyboard, you should have been getting a bunch of these little random items here. The red ones are used to upgrade your fail stack, and we can now get 2 more of them by pressing the escape key, going onto the adventure support tab, and redeem coupon code. In here, you can copy in the coupon code that I flashed up on screen. It'll also be in the description below. But paste that in here, hit the use button, and you will receive in your B menu, Event Origins of Dark Hunger. You can receive these items into your character's inventory. And if you open up your Black Spirit, click on the Enhancement tab, and navigate to the Extract tab. So long as you are on a character with at least a 100 fail stack, and you consume this item, it will add points to your fail stack. So you can push those fail stacks even higher using this item, so free bonus little fail stacks right there. The next event here is a screenshot contest, so take pictures around and about in Black Desert, post them at the location that's called out in this post, which is also linked in the description below if you want to enter, and you'll have a chance to win an outfit as well as some cute little stuffed animal things. So something to do if you're more into the relaxing side of Black Desert. Next up, we have hot time buffs from September 7th through September 21st, 400% combat EXP buff, 100% skill EXP, 50% life and mount EXP, and 50% drop rate. In-game, if you hover over the EXP boost event in progress thing in-game, you'll see that you have all those buffs I just read out. Plus, there's also a drop rate buff sitting up there. So yeah, some pretty nice buffs to take advantage of over the next 2 weeks. I definitely want to call out this 50% life skill buff. I call them out every time they're out here. We don't really get life skill EXP buffs too often. So if you are a life skiller or you've been thinking about life skilling, now is a great time to try it. But hey, you do you. I'm not your dad. Next up, we have some 100 loyalty rewards, and honestly, nothing too crazy here unless you want to get the furniture piece. So if you open up the Pearl Shop, click on the loyalty tab, you'll see a bunch of stuff here for loyalties. I mentioned this last week, but if you haven't gotten the Limit Break Mystical Cronstone bundle, you probably should. It's a pretty good deal. I'm going to get mine right now. I was saving it for this week. And again, we have this new item that you can put inside your house, this Autumn Lunar hair piece. Otherwise, there's nothing else in here that's like an absolute must-buy, at least in my opinion. But make sure to pick these things up. Again, you get 200 loyalties per day for logging into the game, so that's not a cash shop item, that's just log into the game and you get free stuff. And the final thing in here is a series of login rewards, escape key on the keyboard, reward tab, login reward. You will see that we now have an autumn tab to go along with our reigning temporary buffs and loyalty buffs that we currently get. Culminates with a Patricio's apparel bag, which is a pretty neat little item. And that's it for events, so let's move on into the patch notes. And the patch notes' first big major change is the Traveler's Horse. So Traveler's Horse is basically, oh crap, I forgot my horse, let me hop onto a free one that I can pick up at the Stable Keeper. It can only be picked up at the Stable Keepers in pretty much the majority of the major cities. We do have Glish and Kelplin added in there as bonus ones, and Tariff. None of those 3 cities are major cities, and we noticeably have Valencia, Grana, Odraxia, and Isleton omitted from this. But still, if you're early on in your adventures, something that'll definitely help you out. So if you ever forget your horse in one of these major cities, go talk to a stable keeper. Already covered the events, nothing too crazy on the class changes. Kunoichi did get some changes on the succession side, and then the Dracania has a bunch of stuff available to her here as well. So if you play either of those 2 classes, you might want to give those a read through. But for the rest of players, nothing too crazy. Nice little footnote hidden down in here is that the following events have been extended to September 21st. So that 230 stack upgrade thing that I just did a second ago, where I opened up the Black Spirit to the enhancement tab thing here, has been extended a week, and you got those bonus ones to upgrade with, so make sure to take advantage of those. We also have the Vanquish the Aberrant Dark Rifts buff extended, and the Prodigio's Night Market Madness. But just to quickly refresh you, in the Dark Rift bosses, you'll have new Dark Rift bosses available to you. So Event Skeleton King, Event Liber, and I can't remember the frog dude's name, but there's another one there, he has Tidium. So that's been extended for a couple more weeks. And if you use the Find NPC function and type in Patricio, there's a bunch of them located throughout the game world. You can see it's in pretty much every major city. Talking to this NPC at nighttime while bringing a bunch of cash and energy will allow you to exchange for bonus items from a shop. Typically has pretty good deals, especially so during event periods. Again, I covered it in a bit more detail in last week's video, but there's your quick, short, dirty version of it. Another one that's been extended through September 21st is the summertime event that we just had, so if you still haven't exchanged your sorbets, or your sherbets, or your special coins, or however you pronounce that word. How do you pronounce that word? I don't know, man, English is hard. Next up, we have some changes to some dead content. I don't know why they keep trying to make this, like, viable for people to do, this stupid Giffen Razia underground temple, like, when all you gotta do is go to Taftar Plain and like walk around with a stick and like pick your nose maybe while you're doing it. Like, Yeah, so I crashed my computer when I smashed my keyboard like that, so I guess Windows 11 has an anti-face roll cheating mode built into it, so that's a good thing. Or maybe that's my sign from Pearl Abyss that I shouldn't make fun of Centaur's Herd anymore. Either way, some tweaks to the Giffen-Razia Underground, so if you do grind there, then something to keep a lookout for. Another major super important change with this patch is the reduction in the overall number of rabbits that you can find in Dregan. I don't know about you, but one of my personal biggest complaints about the game was that there were too many rabbits in Dregan. I definitely went to Reddit and complained about that a lot. So I'm thankful that they finally took care of that situation. Now in the realm of actual changes, you'll notice that your UI buffs bar has been modified a little bit. So buffs have been combined essentially to reduce the amount of clutter on your screen. There's also a new flyout on the contribution points tab. So if you go ahead and look at the contribution points tab, you'll see more information about the contribution points and what they do. So right there, you should see a new little change right there. Now the next major change you're going to see in game, where did it go? It's going to be by pressing the M key on the keyboard and clicking on like any storage function, followed by the transport. And then if you hit the send button, you now have a bigger drop-down menu here, so it's easier to find the cities that you're looking for. I use this function all the time, so nice convenience for me. And the final change is when you are auto-pathing to a different location, you can now check the auto-sprint button using this icon that's a bit easier to see instead of that tiny little checkbox. So that's pretty useful. Small things are tough to find sometimes, you know, can't always like see them in the open or even like click on them. Sometimes they like wiggle around and you can't like get a good click. So it's a nice quality of life improvement. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much going to do it for this patch. So not a ton of stuff, but the stuff that is there is pretty important. Definitely want to take advantage of all those events that are going on. And yeah, let me know what you think about this patch in the comments down below. Now, as a quick aside before I get into my usual outro, I do apologize for not having two Twitch live streams for Black Desert this weekend. I did live stream my draft of Magic the Gathering. Yes! Yes! I got my elf! Yes!
That's the one.
Don't even need to look at the rest of this pack, baby!
Speaking. That's the one card he won.
So drafted the new set with some friends. It was pretty fun. Everybody who showed up to it, I do appreciate it. I hope you had a good time too. If you do want to watch the VOD of that draft over on Twitch though, I played a 5-color deck in the draft. It was pretty sick being able to pull it off. I don't think anybody expected it. They're black, and I've gotten to 5.
Yes.
Joda.
Counterspell. Okay. What does it do?
But the full draft, full everything, the whole start to finish is in the Twitch VOD, so if you want to check it out, do that. And if you could give two craps about Magic the Gathering, well, sorry, I'm a nerd. What do you want me to tell you? But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I do look forward to seeing you at the live streams this weekend. Next YouTube video right here, Discord server, my Instagram, wherever I happen to see you. Thank you all so much. Peace.